So why do we go on the road and do these training conferences with leaders across the globe? What's the point of it? Is it just to consume information? Is that the idea, or is there a greater purpose to that? Well, today I want to just spend some time hearing from some folks that I met on the road at a recent training conference, and here's some of these little mini moments of just hope that come from these people that attend our training conferences, and give you a glimpse into the greater purpose behind these training conferences with Celebrate Recovery. Welcome to Celebrate Recovery Official, a podcast that shares life-change stories, courage, hope, and leadership wisdom, all centered around the Celebrate Recovery principles based on the Beatitudes, where Jesus gives us guidance in facing our hurts, our hang-ups and habits, to learn to walk in blessedness in spite of our circumstances in Matthew chapter 5. And he uses these tools of Celebrate Recovery to help us do that so that we can face the hurt and heal, punch those lies to receive new healthy truths, punch those lies in the mouth to receive new healthy truths, and take the nasty habits and make them healthy practices for healthy fellowship with God and others. And I love this ministry. I'm a grateful believer in Jesus Christ. I struggle with drugs and alcohol and perfectionism. My name is Rodney. It's good to be back with you guys today. I'm excited about this podcast because it's a little bit different than what we've ever done. Actually took a microphone on the road and just grabbed people in the foyer, and I was so blown away by some of those stories that I heard from people, and I think you'll be blessed by a couple of those, especially that were really cool. But it got me to thinking about the training conferences, and yes, we're about equipping, about training to empower our leaders in the churches to carry this mission, this message of hope and freedom through Celebrate Recovery, to give you a vast amount of beginners training and advanced training. And so it's all over the map, and we do that through Mighty Networks as well. But the training conferences are where we take some specialized topics, and we go and we get to kind of pour into some leaders. And it's always so amazing to hear the impact, some things that we're talking about. Sometimes we just need to be sharpened, and there's such value in hearing some of these topics. Like the most recent one that I taught on was the fifth step, and it's one of those common topics that we talk about a lot, but some things that we can forget, and we're sharpening our saw. And I just love seeing leaders that are so hungry for sharpening their saw and learning and growing. And so our training conferences are very much about equipping. But there was something else that hit me on the most recent visit, and that can be a hidden value to attending our training conferences with Celebrate Recovery, and it's just the connection and the networking and hearing these little sidebar conversations. That one of the greatest, sweetest sounds in the foyer at a training conference, and even throughout the sanctuary, et cetera, is the little mini conversations that are taking place between 2 or 3 or 4 people coming out of a session, or they're at lunch and they're processing, and they're meeting some people, and they're learning things about each other and hearing life change stories. And there's so much value in connection and just being with each other in this space. And so I decided to take a microphone and record some audio on the road, just as I came across people. What were their heart? What was their reason for coming? And give me a little bit of your background of what you're getting out of it, but also tell me a little bit about how God is using you through Celebrate Recovery. And so I was able to capture a few stories, and I just wanted you to hear these incredible stories and be blessed. And again, I want you to hear just the vast net of what these are about. It's so much more than just learning and being equipped with teachings and training, but but connecting, and we learn so much through each other. So I'm going to let you listen to some of these, and I'll come back and close us out with a couple thoughts. So listen to some of our brothers and sisters in Christ on the road with Celebrate Recovery training conferences. So one of the guys that I just met here in the Philadelphia training conference is Otis, and just talking about meeting new people and hearing life change stories, and bumped into him, and he was sharing a little bit of his story. And Otis, I'd love for you introduce yourself and then tell me a little bit of what you just shared with me, man.
Hi, my name is Otis Gordon. I am actually a chaplain now in Pennsylvania, and I was sharing with my brother here how when I first got saved, I was in a man's house robbing his house, and the man came home, and I decided, so I thought, but it was the Lord's timing for me, that I was just going to surrender. Well, the police came, they threw me up against the wall. I went to jail for 7 days. After the 7 days, I went into a program called Teen Challenge. I was facing 7 years in Sing Sing. Well, I would go back and forth to court, back and forth through my program, and the guys saw me coming home every month. It was a 2-year program, and he would tell me that the police want him to testify to get me to go to jail. He said, but I don't want to change what's going on in your life. I see there's a change happening. Well, I graduated. I did a concert with Brooklyn Teen Challenge, with Brooklyn Tabernacle, and they asked me to do the altar call of all people. I'm like, what? And I invited the man who I was robbing. He stood up, gave his life to the Lord. Only God could save the thief and then send the thief back to get the man.
That is so cool, man. And so you were telling me you've been doing Celebrate Recovery for 15 years, and I'm just trying to imagine you've been a leader serving, and what's God doing in your ministry of Celebrate Recovery there, man?
Well, we are really growing. Obviously, when we get to the point of when you have to study your life, people fall away. But this is the first year we've had a core of 15 guys that stayed together, and they've all become leaders, and now we have our core, and we're now growing. I'm also obviously work with kids at a camp in the summertime for 2 months. The guy's got a sister to do, man. I'm 66 and still running around with kids. I do more walking though.
That's incredible. Man, Otis, thanks, man. This is the fun part about this, just to meet new guys and hear your story, man. God, I can see the joy in your face, brother, and just keep going. I'm so glad that God allowed me to meet you today, brother. All right, bud. So I'm meeting Dave here outside, just coming out of lunch, and just kind of asking him how this is impacting you. What are you learning in this process in almost a half day of the training conference?
Different perspectives of how to handle different situations in small group and things like that, how to handle the things that arise in the step groups that I've experienced just recently. So it's neat to figure out how to handle it.
Yeah. So if someone is thinking, I've already been trained, I got all that, what would you say to someone that maybe thinks that maybe I don't need ongoing training as a leader? How would you encourage them to maybe stay plugged into training in that process?
I've been sober for 27 years, and I still need training every single day. You can ask my wife.
And she's nodding her head yes. Well, I'm so glad you're here, man. So tell me, give a plug to your Celebrate Recovery. Where's your meeting and what night?
We're up in Gilbertsville, Pennsylvania, Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock. Best place to be on a Tuesday night.
I love it. Yeah, come check them out. So thanks so much for sharing. Anybody else want to share kind of what are you learning? What are you getting out of this? Maybe I'll go to you and put you on the spot. You're his wife. What's the biggest nugget, maybe a couple nuggets you're getting out of the day so far?
What I've been getting most out of this is that we really need to focus on our team and building our team. We started out with a good-sized team, and we've had some people through circumstances dwindle away. But in order to fully service the people that are coming through those doors and help with their healing, we need to bolster ourselves and really build the team around us and get that camaraderie, that fellowship, so that we're not just individuals doing our own thing and then coming together on a Tuesday night.
Wow, I love that. So I can put you on the spot. What does Celebrate Recovery meant for you in your life. Introduce yourself, and if you feel comfortable, give me a nugget of what the ministry's done.
My name is Eric. I am 10 months out of prison. 10 months out of prison, and in prison I was a peer specialist where we did recovery. And being on the street, I never did recovery, but I became a recovery guy. I had to do the NA and AA, and all the people, I would always talk about Jesus Christ. So everybody would say, you would do good at celebrating recovery. And I'm like, what is celebrate recovery? But when you go out, you find celebrate recovery. So I went out to Liberty Ministries, which takes us from imprisoning, give us a discipleship and learning how to be Christ-centered men. And voila, they brought me to Celebrate Recovery. So here I am now taking my CPS, which is this Certified Peer Specialist, Certified Recovery Specialist, and now I'm here learning to do Celebrate Recovery Leader. So I'm putting all these artilleries into my belt of recovery, and I'm loving every minute of it. I can't wait to be able to be part of CR on the other side of it. That means leading and hoping and helping others become recovery specialists themselves. You understand what I'm saying? So this is a wonderful experience for me. I am so glad to be here. And if it wasn't for Dave, that's my leader there, I wouldn't be here now. He paid for my training today. He invested in me, and I'm going to make that man proud.
I love it. And it's kind of cool. It's the but God moment, right? It's like, oh, I'm on the inside. I'm in prison. I'm getting out. Can God ever use me? But God. So congratulations. Thanks for saying yes, brother. We love you, man. Glad you all are here. So meeting a sister here. She's actually a part of this church, Celebrate Recovery here, and Tanya is a big part of that, and we're grateful for you. But tell me what keeps you, I mean, you're serving at this training conference. What has God done in your life through Celebrate Recovery that you would give up a full Saturday to come love on other people?
It's just opened up a lot of doors for me. I had a daughter very young in my life, and I was told that I would never be able to be in ministry because of having a child out of wedlock, that no one would ever hire me. And so when I started coming to Celebrate Recovery, I was coming to support someone else. And I just realized being here that God called me to come to Celebrate Recovery for me. And it's really opened up a lot of doors for serving, and I just feel so blessed being able to be here. And yeah, it's just amazing to see what God can do, with a willing heart and a willing spirit. It's just been amazing.
I love that you said I came to support someone else, and that's a common theme that we hear from people. We don't realize it's for us until we get here and we go, oh, I'm one of those people. But the way you serve here, just watching you, I mean, we're halfway through this training conference, and just watching you over the last day and a half, it's been awesome. You lead your team well, and so grateful for you. And I love that you found Celebrate Recovery, and God's bringing the healing. What would you say to someone that might be kind of maybe they're in that spot you were, I don't know how many years ago? How would you encourage them to maybe jump into this process?
You need to come with an open heart and an open mind, and really just be willing to listen to the Spirit, listen to what God is calling. I just had a tug on my heart the first 3 or 4 weeks that I came here. I just kept feeling a tug, and it just really took some time to explore what that tug was. And yeah, just listening to God and just listening to other people. And God gave me a revelation that there were certain things in my life that I still needed to work on. And yeah, I would just say, just be open to listening.
That's a great word. Tanya, thanks so much. We're grateful for you, and thanks for sharing a little bit of your heart. I know you encourage our listeners, so God bless you.
Thank you.
Hey, friends, if you're looking for a recovery meeting, you can join us every single Wednesday at noon Pacific. And we have people from all over the world that join us, and we'd love to have you join us for a mini-moni, a testimony, a devotional, and then we break up into gender-specific groups. If you'd like more information, go to celebraterecovery.com and pick up the link there, and we hope to see you this Wednesday, noon Pacific. We'll see you there. So I'm talking to Scott, and we're just sharing a little bit of your life change, and I'd love for our audience to hear that, man. Tell us what you were just sharing with me, man.
What happens is if you don't go your all in, he wants 100% of you, not 80% of you. And I wound up, during COVID, going back to drinking. And I got in an argument with my wife and my kids, and I wound up assaulting a police officer, state trooper, and I wound up in jail. And while I was in jail there, I get into the solitary confinement, and I go right to the Bible, and I open the Gospels, and the Lord blinded me in the Gospels. He took me to the Old Testament to find out God's wrath, that he's a jealous God. And once I was in 3 weeks in there, I got out. My son is a guard there. He literally becomes my jailer. Same name. They were understaffed, so he's the guy was popping my door, had the keys to my jail cell. But not only that, is there was nobody in ministry because I wound up leading many men to Christ. I led a Bible study. And what I did is walked around and asked every one of the men, how was their relationship with their father? Every single one of them had a horrible relationship with their father. So I learned that I have to love on a person before I show them anything else.
So you in jail, you get out. Did you find Celebrate Recovery and get into that? When did Celebrate Recovery become a part of your life, bro?
I felt a calling to lead some kind of group. So me and my wife were actually out here to start Celebrate Recovery. And we just feel a calling because I come from a very, very hard life. I was sexually abused. I had a brother kill my other brother in front of me. I went through a lot. So what you go through becomes a ministry. What the enemy meant for evil turns into good. But when I was in jail there also, I'm a contractor. I built this prison too. So I not only went in, I built the prison that I got put into, but my very last day I was there, I went and said, what kind of Christian would I be if I didn't pray for the men who were coming through these jail cells? I walked over and laid hands on both these beds. It was the very cell they put me in. God goes before thee. He will not forsake thee. He knows. So as I say, he will turn you back over to get your attention. And now I'm all in. So now I'm just looking forward. So since I got out, I'm also leading a men's group online called Christian Men to Men. We have men all over the country. We have 650 men in our group. And we do a Zoom meeting, like 30 men, a Zoom meeting every Saturday with men all over the world, all walks of life. And God is good.
I love it. And I can see the joy in your eyes. I wish our listeners could see you right now. And now, God, you and your wife are going to start Celebrate Recovery. You're here at this training conference to learn how to start. So, man, God bless you. Thanks for serving, and I wish you the best in your ministry. I know God, he's already using you. He's going to use you in even greater ways through this next track. So we love you, and we're so proud of you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm sitting here talking with another brother I just bumped into, Izzy. And Izzy, we were just kind of sharing a little bit, man. Tell me a little bit, give me a snippet of your story, what Celebrate Recovery has done for your life.
Celebrate Recovery has put me on the right path. It has strengthened my recovery. I was in NA previously, but they didn't have I did the step work and everything. I was a sponsor, but I hit a wall. I found Celebrate Recovery, and then I realized just what it was I was missing and why. And then I've been in CR ever since. That's been 2 years, and I love it. Did step study and everything else. I'm in leadership. I love it, and I'm going to stay with it for the rest of my life because my Principle 7 is my favorite thing, and I live for Principle 7 every day. And I love my walk with God and my recovery. So this is a lifelong journey, and I need Jesus to help me through it. And this is his testimony, not mine. He's the one that did it all. Thank you.
Awesome. So you've been in this 2 years with Celebrate Recovery. Yeah. You've been in recovery longer.
Yeah, about 3 years.
What is it about Celebrate Recovery? You're here at a training conference. We're just talking about you come and learn things, but we meet people, right? And what's God been blessing with you just even halfway through the training conference?
I've met some people here. There's a gentleman from Baltimore City. I happen to be born and raised in Baltimore City. And I know people, he's trying to start a CR in the city. They don't have one. And I told him I would help him out, make some phone calls. I got his number. We connected. I want to help him get that CR up and running. We need all the CRs we can. We need to help these people. I volunteer at a homeless shelter. They're coming off the streets. They need a CR. They need something in their life. I'm a forensic peer support specialist. I'm serious about my recovery, and I need to be here, and I'm learning things. I'm learning about small group, little tips on small group and step study, and I'm about ready to run a step study. I'm getting ready. In 10 days, I'm teaching my first lesson at Columbia CR. And so we need, I'm all about putting that together and just keep doing. I go to 3 different CRs, Manheim, Columbia, the one I'm the treasurer in, and New Providence near Coreyville.
That's cool. I mean, God's definitely doing something in this area. Man, if somebody's listening and they're kind of on the fence of, could Celebrate Recovery impact me? Could it impact my church? What would be an encouragement you would give them?
I would say most definitely. And then when you start Celebrate Recovery, sign up for the next step study and give it your all and be honest, and Jesus will lead you and guide you. And you Celebrate Recovery, you will grow, and your foundation for your recovery is going to be very strong. If you're dealing with denial and you're not broke them chains yet, just remember, the things we can't do, Jesus can. This is why Celebrate Recovery works as well as it does.
That's awesome, man. Well, I just saw you sitting over here coming out of lunch, and thanks for giving me time to talk. Man, I see the joy in your face, man. I'm so glad you're doing this. I know you're blessing a lot of people, brother.
Well, God bless you and thank you. You guys, we got to work together. We're a team. We're a family. This is my accountability partners. This is my sponsorship. I'm sponsoring people, and I'm doing the best I can to give back. I want everybody to succeed, and I want everybody to have what I have. I want them to have that walk with Jesus, where I ask Jesus, I'm going to open the Bible up. Will you please teach me something? Or I'll pray about something before my thing, and he'll open it up, and it'll be the same thing I prayed for. That's an answer. That's saying, yes, I'm here, and yes, we're having devotion time. It's beautiful, and it's great. Yes, open it up to your church. Let it CR come in, because it helps people. This is a surefire way, if they're serious about it or on the edge, even if they're on the fence about being serious about it, CR will get them over that hump, and they'll lead them down the right path.
Yeah, I love that, man, and I love your passion, and I echo that. Thanks so much for sharing, brother. God bless you, man. Brother. So grateful for you.
God bless you too.
Isn't that just so cool? And just hearing from people. These are real people from all over the region, people from all over the world, all over the United States, all over the world come together for trainings like this, and we meet people. And what I love is we call it Forever Family. Why do we say Forever Family? Because we are with each other for forever, for eternity. As believers in Christ, we will spend eternity together, and that's a pretty cool thing. And so when we meet people here on earth, we're reminded that we are like-minded. We are in the same mission. We have the same purpose in glorifying God, even though our roles and positions may change. The ultimate mission is to glorify God, and our position doesn't dictate our purpose. Our purpose is unified in bringing the glory, glorifying His name. But it's cool that He brings us into the space that is Celebrate Recovery to help us be equipped and be connected, and just being reminded. Isn't it valuable just to know we're not alone, that we have each other, and that there are other people out there that are on the same mission with the same purpose, and having some struggles maybe like we've had, or in celebrating victories just like we are. And we just need that with each other, to be reminded that we're not alone. It doesn't matter how long we've been in recovery, whether you're in leadership or a participant, we need to be reminded that we're not alone. And so I hope those little mini blurbs from folks that I bumped into at the training conference blessed your heart and just reminded you that you are loved and you're not alone, and it gave you some encouragement. And I just want to encourage you. Maybe I've heard all this stuff. I know how to do all this. I don't need to be trained. Sometimes we need a refresher. And sometimes we just need to be around people and be reminded that we're not alone. And so if you'd like to join us on the road, as always, we got a full schedule. We have some coming up at all over the place. Find one close to you, or hop on a plane and get one that's not close to you. We'd love to see you. It's fun seeing people that come from faraway states to join us at a regional training conference, one-day training conference. But go to celebraterecovery.com and join us on the road. We'd love for you to be a part of that. Be really cool to have you. So, hey, a little bit different angle with our podcast today, but I just pray that maybe it spoke to you in a unique way, and just hearing from some brothers and sisters in Christ and hearing these little God moments, these but God moments, these little miracles, these little nuggets that people get out of connecting with Forever Family, maybe brought you some encouragement today. I pray it did. And listen, if you're new to this process, maybe you're not in leadership, but you just want to know more about it, hey, don't face this alone. Join us at a local Celebrate Recovery. Go to crlocator.com, find a group near you, and we hope to see you soon. Hey, thanks so much for being with me today. As always, I pray that you'll join me next time. Until then, God bless you guys.